flavor. What's up everyone, I'm Chris. We've got Steph behind the camera and we're hungry to travel. We are here in the Binondo neighborhood of Manila, which is home to the very first and oldest Chinatown in the entire world. We have a busy day of exploring and eating ahead. We are pretty hungry. Are you hungry? Let's get eating. We are here on Ong Peng Street to start our day off for breakfast at the famous Shanghai Fried Shou Pao for their very, very delicious fried shou pao. These are kind of like Chinese jin baos. Oh, they are piping hot. And look at the bottom there. Nice and fried on the bottom, but they're actually still soft to the touch on the top as well. So we got two little baos here. And they smell so fresh. Oh, they're so steamy on the inside. Look at that. So full of the meat and the chives. Oh yeah. They're so hot. So fresh. Oh my goodness. And the bottom is nice and crispy, fried. Even though they're steamed, and the steamer's behind me, the bottoms get nice and golden crispy. Oh, the bun is nice and soft as well on the top. Fluffy. Oh, the meat so juicy inside. The chives give it a nice green flavor as well. Oh, soaks up that bun so well, the juices. And you can see behind me, it is so busy. There's people constantly coming up to get the fried shou pao. Actually, the store says that when they cook them, they just take them off and they don't need to keep them warm at all because they're so busy and they sell so many that they're just constantly pumping out fresh fried shou pao. So this is definitely a treat and the perfect way to start our day here in Chinatown. Walking around Binondo, you feel like you're in a Chinatown. The sights, the sounds, and the smells of all the Chinese food, you know you're in a Chinatown that's been around for centuries, but with a Pinoy flair. We are here at Quick Snack for a quick snack. So what we have here is a kuche pie, which is a fried meat pie that contains pork, tofu, and chives, which is the kuche. This looks delicious. It's quite heavy as well, nice and fried. So let's bust it open and see what's inside. Oh wow, look at that. have the carrots there. You can see, oh, such a strong smell of chives. You can see the tofu there, as well as the pork. Oh, and the crust of the pie is so flaky, breaking it open there. Oh. That is a tasty fried meat pie. Very, very strong flavor of the chives, the kuche. And also, the meat is nice and juicy. It's just got kind of like a gravy almost taste and texture to it. But the tofu is nice and soft, the carrots are crunchy. There's also crunchy turnip, I believe, in there. So overall, this is a tasty pie. The flakiness of the pastry, so soft, almost buttery-like, actually. And look at it, it's just spewing out, just filled to the brim with all this delicious meat filling. Even though it's supposed to be a savory pie, there is a bit of a sweetness to the inside as well that I really like, actually. Here at Quick Snack, they specialize in lots of traditional Chinese food, but they're especially known for their delicious kuche pies. And I can see why, because these are very flaky and delicious, and this is the perfect little quick snack when you're walking around the Nondo area here in Manila. Definitely recommend. Fried pie? Oh yeah.
This is Ongpin Street, which is the main thoroughfare through the Chinatown here in Manila. It is full of all your specialty Chinese stores where you'll find Chinese medicine, jewelry, gold, you name it. But it's also where you'll find some of the best food in Manila. And I'd have to say people are right. So far the food today has been delicious. All this exploring is definitely making us hungry, so we're gonna head now to Dongbei Dumplings to try their homemade, handmade dumplings. Come on. These style of dumplings are actually from Dongbei in northeastern China, and it's very common in restaurants in China to make their dumplings and the food at the front of the shop so you can see everything that's going into them. So that's kind of what's going on here, and you can just watch the whole entire preparation from the cutting of the dough to the making of the dumpling to see everything that's going into these delicious little guys. They look pretty good, so I'm excited to tuck into these dumplings because they are made fresh to order, so you really don't get any fresher than that. And just look at these. So we got 14 for 200 pesos. Look at these fresh dumplings. Look, you can see the kuche, the chive, through the translucent dough, the skin there. These look great. So much juice inside of there. Those are lovely. Pork is tender. We got the pork and chive, and you can taste the nice flavor from the chive in there, and the onions too that they cook with the pork. But the meat inside, so tender, and it's pretty packed actually. Even though they're quite a small dumpling, they're packed with ingredients. And the dough on the outside is nice and soft because they are boiled dumplings. Put all that pork, and there's so much chive in there. See that? So green. They just taste so fresh. I can't get over that. Just kind of how they fall apart in your mouth. Look at all that inside. Pork, the onion, the chives. The soy sauce and their homemade chili sauce is nice on it as well. That chili sauce has quite a bit of a kick actually. So it definitely adds a little bit of heat if you're into that kind of thing. Dongbei dumplings has become a staple of this neighborhood. It's been around for about 20 years now, and the woman who started it, her family originally just came to Manila to educate their child here, and she opened up a shop just so they could have a little bit of home, a little taste of home, and it just skyrocketed, to be honest. It just did so well that they decided to never leave, and now it has become such a huge part of Chinatown. When you're here, you definitely have to come and pay them a visit because you haven't really seen Binondo unless you've seen Dongbei dumplings. I've not just seen them, tasted them. They are so delicious, fresh. It's part of history now. Thank you so much again. They're masarap. Masarap. Salamat po. Thank you. Bye-bye. Whenever you're in Binondo, you need to pay them a visit. So good. As the world's oldest Chinatown, the Binondo neighborhood was set up in 1594 as a permanent settlement for the Chinese, which was across the river from Intramuros, where all the wealthy Spanish colonialists lived at the time. And it is still to this day a bustling and lively neighborhood where the Hokkien dialect is still spoken, and it is just a very authentic neighborhood to walk around and explore.
Thank you. We're here at Lanzhou Lamin for their special hand-pulled noodles, and we heard that these hand-pulled lamin are delicious. They make them right at the front there, so you can see them as you come in, pulling the noodles, which is so cool to see all the time. And it looked like he just threw them in the water for 10 seconds and they were cooked, so they take super quick to cook. Such a nice beef soup flavor and smell. Look at these fresh hand-pulled noodles here. Wow. And you just get a whole pile of them too. Piping hot. Look at that. Look at the big chunks of the beef there. The tendon and the fat. Some carrot. A few pieces of Chinese bok choy as well. We love our spring onion. Let's just add a little bit more for flavor.
So many noodles in that bowl.
So many. The noodles are so firm. You can tell that they're just so freshly made. The flavor of the soup, not too salty. Such a nice strong beef flavor though. I want to get a try of these meaty chunks of beef there. Oh, super tender beef. Wow. Together with the noodles. The bok choy, nice and crunchy, along with the spring onions. Love that green with your bowl of noodles all the time. So good. They give you a decent amount of beef as well as the tendon, and I love the tendon. So soft. The broth has a nice beef flavor, almost a little bit of a 5-spice flavor in there as well. You can see the broth there. It's not too oily or fatty, just the perfect amount of flavor and spice in there. Oh, but I can't get over how delicious, how many noodles there are in this bowl. We don't often get soup noodles because we do love our dry noodles, but it is nice to get a nice fresh bowl of handful noodles like this. Even though it's super hot outside, the flavors, you can't beat them, especially the beef and the freshly pulled handful noodles. You always gotta have your ultimate handful noodle bite. We are here at the flagship store of Engbi Tin, which is a Chinese bakery and deli, to try Hopia. Now this is a very big and popular store here in Binondo, Chinatown, and we are here to try the Hopia, which is traditionally, it's a mung bean cake, and they have all sorts of flavors here. Here's the traditional one, which we're gonna have to try, but they have a whole wall here behind me, as well as in the store, selling flavors from durian and custard to their very special, which is why we're here, Ube Hopia, which is the purple yam Hopia. They are the original creators of the Ube Hopia, so that's why we're here. We want to try them both, give them both a try. And Hopia are very popular here in the Philippines as a little dessert. And this store also sells a whole ton of other desserts and pastries like moon cake and just a whole bunch of other stuff. But this is why we're here. Got our 2 different Hopia to try, so let's give them a taste. So we're here on top of Engbi Tin to try our Hopia, and here is our regular mung bean flavor, the OG original.
And our ube jam flavor, so purple.
Can't wait to try these. All right, let's give them a try. Let's open them up. I think they're more of a rip.
Yeah. Ooh, so there's 4.
Little hockey puck of Hopia.
Ooh, so yours is nice and white looking. Mine's looking a little purple.
Oh yeah, you can definitely see the ube purple on the inside of that one.
All right, well,
cheers.
Cheers.
It's really dry, number 1.
It is. Makes it a bit hard to swallow. It's like eating peanut butter.
Yeah. You can see though, it is packed on the inside there with the mung bean paste, this one, and it's really flavorful. The mung bean one is nice and sweet, not overpoweringly sweet though, and just kind of tastes like a white bean almost. It's pretty good.
The ube is same thing. I'd say a little bit sweet, very pasty. You can see in the center there. Very purple. And this ube jam, honestly, to me has more of a almost a grape type flavor than like a taro type flavor, even though it's supposed to be like a purple yam. Maybe it's just that little bit of extra sweetness to it. That's quite nice.
You know what this reminds me of? It reminds me of a Chinese mooncake, actually, a little bit. Just in terms of the texture and the density of what's inside, and even the taste, kind of. Reminds me a lot like a mooncake.
But yeah, the pastry on the outside, you can see probably, especially with mine, is very, very thin. just a thin layer pastry. So pretty much what you're getting is just a puck of mung beans and, well, mung beans, well, mine being the ube, but yeah, the pastry is very, very thin, and it's actually quite soft, like it's not crispy or flaky or anything like that. Let me just show you here. So you can see it just kind of breaks apart like that. Very sticky.
And it's nice that you get 4 of the hopia in a pack, and the original cost 50 pesos, the mung bean, and the ube cost 56 pesos, so they're fairly affordable for 4 of these little hopia.
Verdict?
Yeah, it does have a grape flavor to it almost, you're right.
This one is much milder, much less sweet, and much more bean tasting, I would say. So out of the two, I'd probably have to go with ube because it is really nice.
Always ube.
Yeah, and it's almost like grape tasting, which I do love.
I'm glad we got to try both of them though, because these are really popular in the Philippines.
And everything around here is purple, by the way, I just noticed.
Ultimate hopia bite. Ube is definitely good because this place invented the ube hopia, so definitely come and try the ube one, as well as all their other flavors. Durian, that might be next.
Ooh, that might have to be next. And we were reading that the owner of the Now chain, he actually went to study how to make ube jam before coming back here and inventing his ube hopia. So if anyone knows how to impart that delicious ube flavor, it's here at Engbeaten. They really do it well.
Definitely pay them a visit here at the flagship store.
It has been a pretty warm day here today in Binondo, but we saw something that looked very refreshing on our way in here to Engbeaten. So we are going there right now to finish off our day. Come on. So much purple going on here.
Ube to the max.
Wish my shirt was purple. Keeping with the ube theme, we needed to refresh ourselves with this delicious looking ube milk tea. Look at the colors on this.
So purple.
And the pearls at the bottom. Love a good milk tea, and this looks so good. But pop this away for a sec because I want to dig into our pork asado bun first while it's still hot. Now, these buns are very popular in the Philippines. They're kind of the Filipino version of the char siu bao, the barbecue pork bun. That is a Chinese bao. But here, of course, at Engbeaten, they do their baos with ube. Look at this. Love the color of purple on all of these things. Look at that in there. So there's definitely quite a bit of bun, a decent amount of meat in there though, but cheers. Oh, that's nice. Actually, very similar to char siu bao. It's got a sweetness to it. It's a bit sticky. Porky. Nice flavor of pork. Not too salty. More sweet than anything, to be honest with you. But the bun itself is quite light and pillowy. I'm not sure if I taste too much ube. Let me try just some of the bun itself here. I'd say it's mostly coloring, to be honest with you. Which is okay, because I love the purpleness of it, but it definitely doesn't really have much of an ube flavor. But that's okay, because the bun, still tasty. You can see it's nice and sticky in there. Overall, pork asado, I like it. Very similar to char siu bao. Ube bun, mostly coloring, but still makes me happy. Now, for the refreshing ube milk tea. Really what I was waiting for. Let's give this guy a shake. Look at those colors! Ooh, it's like a lava lamp or something. too sweet. Ooh, yeah. And those pearls, the bubbles at the bottom there. Nice and chewy. Just a hint of sweetness to them. Just how I like them. Okay, this is just what I and we needed, I think, to finish off this long, hot day here in Binondo. It has been an awesome day exploring, but this was much, much needed. So good. Thanks so much for watching, everyone. We hope you enjoyed exploring Binondo Chinatown with us here today.